Hey guys, what's up? It's Corey. We're back with another juice review today. Don't worry, we're going to get to the hardware real soon. This week I have hardware for you, so don't worry, don't leave. I got some cool stuff coming up, but today I got a cool line to talk to you about. We're going to be talking about VapeSations. It is not vape stations, as some people may think, but it is VapeSations, like a sensation, a VapeSation. We're going to get right into it today, but this weekend I had a whole bunch of crazy crap going on. My internet went out in the house for like freaking 2 days, and that was annoying to deal with. I'm not going to mention the company that I deal with, but I have good internet and it shouldn't happen, so I wasn't too happy about that. But we'll get right into the juice review as soon as I welcome you back to the Cloud Corner. Alright, now that we're all alive and well on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday, technically Monday because of this crazy weekend, but this should be Sample Sunday, but on a Monday. So we're going to call it Mishap Monday for Sample Sunday. It's a little crazy. Let's just do what we do. Alright. So I got a cool little line to talk to you about. It's not like a full line because they have more flavors than this, but I actually just got a bunch of them from them down at a convention, and I am finally getting around to. I wanted to actually time this right around Halloween because of one of the flavors that they have, which is a really cool flavor that I'm going to get into, called Hocus Pocus, which I'll give you a little preview of the bottle. It's actually my thing never zooms in, but why does it never do this? It'll never zoom in for me. Oh, there we go. A beautiful skull. That's a cool skull dripper bottle. I actually think this bottle is cool, and no matter what, after I'm done with the juice, I'm going to reuse it over and over and over. As long as it still doesn't, get messed up. But this is a cool flavor called Hocus Pocus, and I actually have a bunch of other flavors, actually 5, to be honest, and I'll give you the names, and I'll give you the flavor profiles, and then I'll tell you... I'll tell you what I thought about them, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. This isn't going to be too long of a review because there wasn't too much to get into. It's just a simple taste and review for them. But this one's Freedom. I'll give you the profiles and I'll tell you about the taste. So we'll go from right to left on my scale. So the first flavor I'm going to tell you about is called Izzy. If you look, Izzy. Okay, so it has a website on the bottom, www.vapesations.com. So yes, the company's called VapeSations, like sensation. I will link in the description, obviously, all their website where you can get these, the prices, and the nicotine levels, and everything you would possibly need to know. And this one's Izzy. This one's like a cereal vape, and for me, I liked it. I found it actually tasted a little bit like Fruity Pebbles, which is kind of cool because I love my cereal vapes. If you guys have been watching, or if you haven't, my top cereal vape in the world, and no, I don't think anything can knock it off the pedestal, unfortunately, is Silly Rabbit by Karmic Vapor. It is the best Trix cereal vape I have ever tried in my life. But in terms of like a Fruity Pebbles cereal, this is like spot on. This is a really good vape. I really enjoyed it. So Izzy is a cereal vape, and I did like it. So I mean, if I had to rate this, I'd rate it 7.5, 8 on the scale, and it was really good. The next one I got into was Paradise. Now, Paradise is like a tropical I mean, you think paradise, obviously. You think, you're on the beach, someone hands you a drink, you take a sip of that drink, and you're like, this feels right. When I vape this juice, this one was actually, it was all right. Like, I've had a lot of fruity vapes before. Like, this one has a lot of fruit to it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's a little too much fruit for me. But for another person, it may be the perfect amount. Like, I taste a lot. I taste like melons. I taste like a juicy fruit to it, and it's good. It's a good vape. I'm not going to knock it for what it is, but it's a little over juicy for me on that. Overall, though, it still gets a 7 on the scale. It's still a good juice, but for me personally, it was a little too juicy. But like I always say, this is my palate that I'm talking about. It's not yours, so I encourage you to always try the juice if you want to get a good feel for it. Now, the next one has a funny name, but it actually has a good taste. But this one's buttered nuts. Now, it's Butterd apostrophe nuts, like buttered, but without. Okay, so it's actually really good. Now, this one is more of like a candied vanilla, like peanut type deal. Now, immediately when I vaped this one was like the almost out of the park one, because it brought me back to like when I was a kid, and I used to get like all the candy bars from the stores. This one's like, you remember the Payday bars? This one was just like a Payday bar, but just a tad bit sweeter. And it like, when I vaped it, I felt like I was biting, like, sometimes you can account for, like, tastes, or rather, smells, rather, with, like, tastes. And the second that I, like, vaped this and I tasted it through this, like, exhale, I was like, I felt like I was biting into a Payday bar, just a tad bit sweeter. I really like this one. This one was definitely an 8 on the scale. Next we had Roasted. This one's called Roasted. This one I wasn't too, crazy fond of. This one was like a vanilla caramel type coffee deal. Like, I felt like it tasted like a Starbucks cappuccino type deal, and I'm not a big coffee guy. Like, I used to, back in the day, I used to drink a lot of coffee, but now I don't really drink coffee at all. I don't at all, but it wasn't great. It like, flavor wise and taste wise, yes, it had good flavor. It was nice, but it didn't float my boat. So, I mean, overall, for me personally, I would give this one, a 7 on the scale. And if you like a coffee vape, though, if you like a cappuccino, like a vanilla caramel swirl type cappuccino deal, this one's actually probably pretty good for you. The next one, this one's called Freedom. This one's supposed to be like a blue slushy with a like a light menthol to it. Now, I didn't really get a lot of menthol. What I got was a little bit of like a tad of a light creme de menthe undertone. Like, it's not a full strong menthol, so I feel like you don't get a menthol vape out of it, but it did taste like a blue watermelon, like maybe a blue watermelon icy, or like a blue watermelon drink. Like, what were they? In the pouches, what do we used to have? What were they? The little coolers that we had to stick the straws through. I can't even seem to think of them right now, but I'm sure you guys can figure out exactly what I'm thinking about and having a brain fart with. But Capri Suns, yeah, like a blue watermelon Capri Sun, where this kind of tastes like that, but had a little bit of like a creme de menthe undertone, but it was like very slight, so I didn't really get it. It was all right. Maybe something that I would vape occasionally. Maybe it wasn't too much of an all-day vape for me, but it was pretty good. So I'm gonna give that a 7.5, and that's all I have for the the traditional bottles for VapeSations. But then let's get to their specialty bottle, which was the Crystal Skull bottle, which has the name Hocus Pocus. Now, why it has the name Hocus Pocus is because it is a candy corn flavor. Now, a lot of people love candy corn. I used to be the biggest candy corn junkie ever. I haven't had it in quite a long time, but when I had this, I kind of wanted to pair it with candy corn, so I got a small little bit of candy corn, and I tried it, and I went to taste the juice, and I guess maybe I messed it up. Not the juice, but I think maybe I shouldn't have had it with candy corn, because I feel like maybe I ruined the tasting experience for me. So I did it the next day without the candy corn, and I started to get a little bit more of the taste. So I mean, overall, it's a good juice. I didn't personally get, let's say, 1,000% of the candy corn, but I think that it is probably close, because when I smell it, it smells pretty much right where candy corn's at, and I just couldn't get it on the dot. I couldn't nail it with the candy corn flavor, but maybe it was my build, or maybe it was my something on my end. But I mean, overall though, the bottle alone is pretty dope. I just don't want to, I feel like I'm in Hamlet or something just looking at it, but it is really cool. At least for Halloween, since Halloween's coming up, I'd say grab a bottle. It's really cool, and plus you can keep the bottle and reuse it, just clean it out. But for the Hocus Pocus, I got, since I didn't really get it 100%, I'd give it a 7. Overall, though, I'd say definitely go out and try these juices. The owner, Nick, he's a wonderful guy, and what I'm going to do for you guys is I spoke with them, and I'm going to offer you guys a giveaway. Or I'm not really going to offer. They want to give you guys a giveaway. So what I'm going to do is, if you comment in the description or comment on this video below, and I will during these next Sunday, rather. So the day after Halloween, I will do in my video. I will do a drawing, and the winner will get a sample pack from them, including a bottle of the Hocus Pocus Crystal Skull liquid. So in your nicotine preference, of course. So obviously, watch the video. You'll get to see who the winner is, and then you just message me if you're the winner. We'll get all the details worked out. I'll get you in touch with the right people, and we'll get you the juice. So I guess we'll leave you on that note. Like I said, I will put the link in the description for VapeSations, so you guys can check them out and get some juice from them. They are wonderful people, and we'll see you next time on the Cloud Corner.